Welcome to AI ConvoCast, where we bring you the latest in AI and tech innovation. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Let's jump right in.
Today we will be covering OpenAI bringing Codex coding agents to your phone, ChatGPT's new cross-conversation safety system, Anthropic's move to meter agent usage as OpenAI tries to poach frustrated developers, and Anthropic passing OpenAI in business adoption data. Let's start with OpenAI's announcement on May 14th called Work with Codex from Anywhere. Codex, OpenAI's coding agent, is now in preview inside the ChatGPT mobile app on iOS and Android. The idea is that Codex can keep grinding away on your laptop, DevBox, or Mac Mini while you step out for coffee, and your phone becomes the cockpit. You can review diffs, approve commands, watch test results, swap models, or answer a clarifying question from the agent, all from your phone. OpenAI says more than 4 million people now use Codex every week, which is a striking number for what's still a pretty technical product. The mechanics here are worth understanding. Codex Mobile pulls live state from wherever Codex is actually running, including screenshots, terminal output, diffs, and project context. Your files and credentials stay on your own machine, while what OpenAI calls a secure relay layer keeps that machine reachable without exposing it to the open internet. Remote SSH and hooks are now generally available, and it's rolling out across all plans, including free. Windows support is coming soon. OpenAI's framing is telling. They wrote that a quick check-in can keep a thread moving, prevent unnecessary rework, or help Codex make progress with the right context. That's basically admitting these agents still need a human nudging them, but the nudging no longer has to happen at a desk. The workstation becomes background compute. The phone becomes the human in the loop. Next up, also on May 14th, OpenAI rolled out a significant safety update for ChatGPT, designed to catch risk that builds across multiple conversations rather than just within a single chat. The company is introducing what it calls safety summaries, short factual notes about earlier safety-relevant context, used only in rare, high-risk cases involving suicide, self-harm, or potential harm to others. The problem they're trying to solve is real. A lot of concerning conversations don't look concerning one message at a time. Someone might ask a series of benign questions that only form a worrying picture when you string them together. OpenAI says these summaries are narrowly scoped, kept for a limited time, and developed with psychiatrists and psychologists from its global physicians network, including specialists in forensic psychology and suicide prevention. In their words, the goal is to connect relevant signals when they matter without overreacting in ordinary conversations. The internal numbers OpenAI is sharing are notable. On long single conversations involving self-harm topics, safe responses improved by about 50%. On GPT 5.5 instance specifically, cross-conversation performance on harm to others scenarios jumped over 50%. The trade-off here is the one listeners will recognize immediately. Safer AI may require some form of purpose-built memory, and that raises real questions about scope, retention, and trust. OpenAI is essentially betting users will accept a narrow, safety-only memory if it's clearly limited and not used for general personalization. Now to a story that's stirring up real backlash. Axios reported on May 14th that Anthropic is changing how programmatic agent use works on paid Claude subscriptions. Anthropic is bringing back support for outside agent tools, but it's putting that usage behind a separate monthly credit meter rather than letting it draw from the main subscription pool. Usage through the Claude Agent SDK, the command line tool, Python and TypeScript SDK projects, and third-party apps will all drain this new agent credit bucket. This is the agent era's version of cloud bill shock. A human user might send a few dozen prompts a day. An autonomous coding agent can fire thousands of requests, run tests, call tools, browse, and loop on itself. The all-you-can-eat subscription model just doesn't map onto that. Axios noted that some large companies, reportedly including ServiceNow and Uber, have already burned through annual AI token budgets. OpenAI is wasting no time. Sam Altman said OpenAI is offering new business customers 2 months of free Codex usage, positioning Codex as the landing spot for frustrated Claude power users. Axios described the response to Claude Code product manager Noah Zwieben's announcement post as riddled with critical replies, with users openly saying they're switching to Codex. The bigger picture is that labs are quietly admitting that flat-rate pricing and continuously running agents are on a collision course. That makes our last story especially interesting. On May 13th, Axios and TechCrunch reported that Anthropic surpassed OpenAI in paid business adoption for the first time in RAMP's latest AI index. Among RAMP's customers, Anthropic adoption rose to about 34% in April, while OpenAI slipped to roughly 32%. RAMP's dataset covers more than 50,000 companies, so while it's not the whole market, it's a meaningful signal of where business credit cards are pointed. The trajectory is the eye-catching part. TechCrunch reported Anthropic was at just 9% paid business adoption a year ago, meaning it climbed roughly 26 points in 12 months, while OpenAI was essentially flat. RAMP economist Ara Karazian summed up the strategy plainly, saying, "What Anthropic did worked really well," referring to Anthropic starting with technical users, executing on that audience, and then broadening out through workplace tools. OpenAI pushed back on the framing, telling Axios, "These are not engagements where customers pay with a credit card." That's a fair caveat. Big enterprise contracts often get invoiced directly and wouldn't appear in an expense platform dataset. Still, taken alongside the Codex switching campaign and the agent pricing fight, you can see two very different company shapes forming. OpenAI clearly owns consumer mindshare and the headline brand. Anthropic appears to be quietly winning some of the highest intent developer and workplace budgets, which is exactly where day-to-day AI spend is starting to compound.
Thank you for listening to AI Convo Cast. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Thanks and hope to see you again next time.